Every awakening starts in the same manner, wrapped in quiet stillness. A woman stands before her mirror. Morning light drifts through thin curtains, casting soft stripes across her body. Her reflection remains familiar and steady, yet strangely foreign. She moves closer, searching for something she cannot name. Within her, a whisper gathers. You are exhausted. You are not enough. You have tried so hard, and still, you are here. The mirror takes it in, impartial and unhurried, reflecting back the unspoken beliefs she brings to it. How frequently do our mornings begin this way? The mirror remains a silent observer to countless private struggles. The quiet breaths, the rehearsed smiles, the gaze that refuses itself. It delivers no judgment, yet it does not lie. What shows upon its face is more than a face. It is the psyche cast outward, thinking made visible. But imagine the mirror is more than glass and metal. Imagine it as a passage, one that not only reflects what is, but enlarges what we believe to be true. Florence Shinn once wrote, "The game of life is a game of boomerangs. Our thoughts, deeds, and words return to us sooner or later with astounding accuracy." The mirror becomes that boomerang made tangible. It returns our mood, our vibration, our assurance, or our fear. This woman could be anyone. Perhaps she is you. She remembers the first time she questioned the mirror's authority. It arrived softly during one of those long, wordless mornings when fatigue and self-criticism weighed her down. Catching her reflection in the middle of a thought mid-verdict, she asked, "What if the mirror is not showing me defects at all, but displaying precisely what I have told it to display?" The thought startled her. For once, she stopped fixating on the reflection and looked past it. Her breath grew gentler. Something inside shifted into a new order. Stillness filled the room. The shape of her doubt began to dissolve, giving way to a slight warmth, like the first suggestion of sunrise lifting behind her eyes. Mirrors have long carried an aura of mystery. For ancient mystics, they were crossings between worlds, places where the unseen might be sensed. In mythology, they signified self-understanding, the entrance to holy power. Even now, they remain our most honest teachers. Each time you face a mirror, you are not simply confronting appearance, you are confronting what you have created. In the quiet, the woman exhales. Who am I seeing? The mirror gleams, holding to its usual silence, but this time she does not register exhaustion. Instead, she senses her potential faintly shining beneath the image, like sunlight rippling underwater. In that moment, curiosity replaces self-reproach. A simple yet profound question rises in her. What if this mirror shows not only my face, but the contour of what I am becoming? It arrives like a secret meant specifically for her. The silent glass seems to breathe, charged with possibility. She can almost feel her words shaping what she sees, and in truth, they are. The mirror is the world life returning to you through meetings, happenings, and moments, each one emerging from the inner picture you hold. Florence Shinn taught that your words act like a wand, and the mirror is the surface where their effects arrive. Every statement you declare about yourself, "I am unworthy, I am tired, I am trying," is received by the mirror, and life falls into alignment. And it responds as well when you speak from the divine, "I am enough, I am light, I am receiving." The mirror answers what you embody at the deepest level, not the effort you force. So she tries a simple experiment. She looks again, but now she looks inward. Her eyes soften. She takes a breath and says, "I am open. I am ready. I receive." Something like an energy current seems to move through the space. Her shoulders unclench. The heaviness lightens. Her reflection looks subtly brighter, not because the light changed, but because she did. Here is the mirror's silent truth. It does not transform ahead of you, you transform first. The moment you shift the world begins mirroring that shift back to you. The hidden power in the mirror is the same power moving through your thoughts, your words, and your identity. The mirror is not a courtroom. It is a partner in making reality. Each morning when you face it, you are programming the experience you will live. Stop for a moment, then look again. Are you merely staring at your doubts or observing the holy process of your awakening taking shape? The next time you face your reflection, remember it listens. And through it, the world listens too. What you declare in that consecrated instant sets the design for what will appear. Speak gently, speak bravely, speak as the creator you truly are. Have you ever looked into a mirror and felt something more than an image? Comment, I'm ready to see myself differently. In the heart of New York in the 1920s, when jazz filled the nights and society shifted from Victorian restraint into a vivid modern rhythm, a lone woman sat calmly in her study. Outside, the city roared with ambition, men chasing wealth, women demanding recognition and voice. Yet inside, by a small pool of candlelight, there was only the faint scratch of a pen and the quiet, steady hum of insight coming through. She was Florence Shinn, trained as an artist, practicing as a metaphysician, and pioneering a new spiritual understanding. She did not begin with social rank or wealth, but she possessed something less common, an awareness of the invisible laws shaping the visible world. Where others saw coincidence, she perceived patterns. Where people pleaded for change, she spoke transformation into existence. Florence once lived as a painter. Her early life was filled with color and texture, each brushstroke reflecting faith that the unseen spark within could become form on a canvas. As her understanding expanded, she saw that life itself was the larger canvas, and that language, the spoken word, was the real brush. Like many sacred discoveries, the turning point began with something almost too simple to notice. She observed that whenever she spoke her problems aloud, naming scarcity, anxiety, or uncertainty, those conditions multiplied. But when she affirmed sufficiency, love, and divine order, doors opened, answers appeared, and what she called miraculous results emerged. One night, she wrote the following in a simple notebook: "Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving." The insight struck like lightning. Creative power was not distant or outside her. It lived within, ready to be called forth and shaped through words. Soon she was leading small groups in living rooms and church basements. Word spread about the woman said to speak prosperity into being. People came, artists, widows, business owners, each carrying a question, a burden, or a hope. Florence listened attentively, her gray eyes steady and softly bright with certainty, and then asked one precise question: "What are you saying about your life?" Many stared back, thinking she wanted a confession. But she wanted something broader: awareness. To her, any sentence beginning with "I am, I have, or I can't" was an official decree issued to the universe. And the universe, she claimed, is simply your obedient servant, taking orders from your own subconscious speech. In her landmark 1925 book, The Game of Life and How to Play It, she captured the principle this way: whatever man feels deeply or images clearly is impressed upon the subconscious mind and carried out in minutest detail. Her students began putting her teachings into practice. One woman, afraid that love would never come, affirmed, "There is no separation in divine mind. What belongs to me comes to me under grace." Within weeks, she met the man she later married. A man overwhelmed by debt declared, "I have a perfect work in a perfect way. Soon after, unexpected opportunities appeared. The results repeated with such consistency and uncanny timing that people whispered Florence had rediscovered an ancient formula hidden in plain sight. And maybe that is precisely what she had accomplished. In her private writings, Florence often used a word many modern readers pass over Recibo Spanish for "I receive." But she did not adopt it as a mere translation. She treated it as an affirming key, a spiritual password meant to unlock the realm of manifestation. Most people pray from desire, she wrote, but desire keeps the thing far away. To receive you must become it. Speak like someone who already possesses the gift. Recibo, not I want, not I hope, but I receive. For Florence, that single word rebalanced the entire energetic equation of prayer. Wanting implied absence, a lack-based frequency that signals the subconscious to keep searching. Receiving, by contrast, conveyed wholeness, prompting the outer world to align with inner conviction. In her studies Unsteady Candlelight, she tested the word again and again. With her hand hovering over a blank page and her eyes closed, she would whisper, "Recibo, I receive." Before long, words flowed effortlessly, lessons, stories, and affirmations meant to endure. She wrote teachings on hidden laws, divine supply, the transformative power of forgiveness, and the rhythm of giving and receiving as a single, ongoing stream of love. Her students began using Recibo each day, even though many did not completely understand its depth. Florence explained that saying Recibo is not about greedy taking, but about tuning oneself to gratitude, living from the awareness of already having. The receiver, she said, is not someone who waits. The receiver is someone who remembers. But as time went on, the clamor of the world grew louder. After Florence died in 1940, her writings remained, yet the living current behind them, the awareness of receiving, slipped into the archives of spiritual history. Modern culture adopted her phrasing while letting her essence fade, turning sacred decrees into shallow affirmations emptied of faith. Even so, the whisper did not disappear. It remained like an echo woven into time itself, waiting for hearts ready to listen again. And now, almost 100 years later, her message returns, steady, tested, and true. The mirror, once only a silent witness, becomes meaningful again. The words that had grown faint ring with life once more. Recibo travels through generations, reminding us that real creation begins not with effortful strain, but with open acceptance. What Florence brought back was not a method, it was a remembrance of a divine principle. Life reflects the word spoken by the soul. Every declaration plants a seed, and every belief feeds it. She did not invent this truth. She rediscovered it, lived it, and practiced it so fully that her own life became the evidence. She often told her students, "There is no failure in divine mind. There is only delay." To receive is to step beyond delay, to declare that what belongs to you by the right of consciousness cannot be withheld from you. Outside her window, New York's skyline shimmered in an era of progress. Inside, however, Florence was outlining something deeper, the pattern of spiritual cause and effect. She wrote with a calm smile, sure that one day somewhere a reader would find her pages again and remember the truth. Perhaps that reader is you right now. The candle flickers, the ink dries, and the city keeps up its constant hum. And across the stretch of years, Florence's voice still seems to whisper, "You are not waiting for your good. Your good is waiting for you to receive it." Subscribe if you want to return to these long-forgotten prosperity teachings and help bring them into today's world and culture. A subtle inner shift changes everything, not outward conditions, but the inner depth of the soul. It is the move from the stance of wanting into the awareness of receiving. It looks simple at first, doesn't it? Yet those two words cross an immense gap, the full distance between lack and abundance, between strained striving and effortless allowing, between anxiety and confident faith. And perhaps that is precisely what she had been doing. In her private writings, Florence often used a word many modern readers miss: recibo, the Spanish phrase for I receive. Yet she did not adopt it as a mere translation. She treated it as a firm key, a spiritual password that could unlock the realm of manifestation. Most people pray from desire, she wrote, but desire keeps the thing distant. To receive one must become it. Speak as one who already holds the gift. Recibo, not I want, not I hope, but I receive. For Florence, that single word reset the entire energetic logic of prayer. Wanting implied absence, a signal of lack that trains the subconscious to keep searching. Receiving, by contrast, carried the sense of completion, pulling outer conditions into alignment with inner assurance. In the unsteady candlelight of her study, she tested this word again and again. With her hand hovering over an empty page and her eyes closed, she would whisper, Recibo, I receive. Before long, words arrived with ease, teaching stories and affirmations meant to echo through the years. She wrote about unseen laws, about divine supply, about forgiveness as transformation, and about the rhythm of giving and receiving as a single stream of love. Her students began using Recibo each day, even if many did not entirely understand its depth. Florence explained that saying Recibo is not greedy grasping, but grateful alignment, living from the awareness of already having. The receiver, she said, is not one who waits. The receiver is one who remembers. Yet as time moved on, the world grew louder. After Florence died in 1940, her writings remained, but the living current within them, the consciousness of receiving, faded into the archives of spiritual history. Modern culture adopted her wording while dropping her essence, turning holy decrees into flat affirmations emptied of faith. Even so, the whisper did not disappear. It remained like an echo built into time itself, waiting for hearts ready to listen again. And now, almost 100 years later, her message returns steady, tested, and true. The mirror, once only a silent watcher, becomes meaningful again. The old phrases regain their force. Recibo travels across generations, teaching that real creation begins not through tension, but through open acceptance. What Florence restored was not a method, it was remembrance of a divine law. Life reflects the word the soul speaks. Every declaration plants a seed, and every belief feeds it. She did not invent this truth. She rediscovered it, lived it, and practiced it so fully that her own experience became evidence. She often told her students, there is no failure in divine mind. There is only delay. To receive is to step past delay, to declare that what belongs to you by consciousness cannot be withheld. Outside her window, New York's skyline shimmered in an era of progress. Inside, however, Florence was shaping something deeper, a blueprint of spiritual cause and effect. She wrote with a calm smile, certain that one day somewhere a reader would find her words again and remember what is true. Perhaps that reader is you right now. The candle flickers, the ink dries, and the city keeps its even hum. And across the distance of years, Florence's voice still seems to whisper, you are not waiting for your good. Your good is waiting for you to receive it. Subscribe if you'd like to return to these long-forgotten prosperity teachings and help bring them into today's culture and moment. A subtle inner shift changes everything, not the outer situation, but the soul's depths. It is the movement from the stance of wanting into the awareness of receiving. It looks simple at first, doesn't it? Yet those two phrases cover an enormous gap, the full distance between lack and abundance, between strained striving and gentle allowing, between anxious tension and trusting faith. As Florence Shinn stated, faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly. She understood that language does more than describe reality. It plays an active role in forming it. Think of it this way: I want is a hand reaching outward. It stretches in longing and uncertainty, hoping someone somewhere will respond. It vibrates with absence, the feeling of what has not yet arrived. I want looks upward and begs, please. But I receive is different by nature. It is not clutching fingers, but an open palm. It does not beg, it welcomes. It does not pursue, it acknowledges. I receive turns toward heaven and answers thank you. Wanting is reaching for a distant star. Receiving is waking to the truth that you are already luminous. This change is not only about phrasing, it is at its core about identity. Saying, I want casts you as the seeker. Saying, I receive places you as the receiver, already worthy, already chosen, already aligned with the flow of divine supply. This shift sits at the heart of manifestation. It is the turning point where energy begins to match you rather than escape you. Language is not mere sound. It is vibration, and vibration tells the universe how to respond. Take a breath and say it aloud for a moment. I want. Notice the energy in that phrase. Feel the subtle tightening in your body, the small squeeze in the chest, the shorter inhale. Wanting creates tension. It pulls and strains. Now say the next phrase, I receive. Can you feel the difference? Its softness, the longer exhale, the ease. When you name yourself a receiver, the nervous system loosens. The walls of resistance begin to open. The subconscious, once braced for disappointment, starts to allow and accept. Florence understood this deeply. She wrote, "You must act as though you had already received." For her, the bridge between longing and manifestation was one's inner posture. A person had to feel, speak, and behave as if the prayer were already answered. Therefore, we begin training the soul's language, shaping its vocabulary and its tone with discipline. The woman at the mirror returns our quiet guide through the practice. She has been steady in it. Each morning, she meets her reflection not to criticize, but to commune. She places her palm against the glass and breathes the word, Recibo. At first, the word feels strange. Old habits of doubt rise, her mind argues. But I don't see it yet. I can't feel it yet. Still, Florence's guidance echoes softly. You must receive it before you see it. She tries again. This time, she does not look for proof. She closes her eyes, places a hand on her heart, and says, I receive peace. I receive clarity. I receive abundance. Then something begins to shift, not outside, but inside her. The tightness in her chest eases. The inner clamor quiets. She starts to sense, not just think, but genuinely feel that what she desired has already been given. A few days go by, and a small but significant miracle appears. A friend she hasn't spoken to in years calls out of the blue. They reconnect with warmth, and during the conversation, the friend mentions an opening exactly what she had been praying for quietly, almost letting go of hope. The invitation feels natural, well-timed, and fitting. She ends the call surprised and smiling, whispering, Recibo. Was it just coincidence? No. It was correspondence, the external mirror, answering the inner acceptance she had chosen. This is the exact mechanism of spiritual speech. Every word carries a frequency, and each frequency attracts what matches it. I want creates an atmosphere of separation. I receive creates an atmosphere of completion. The universe neutral but responsive. can only return what is spoken with steady certainty. Therefore, when you say, "I receive," you are not pleading with the universe to provide, you are affirming your readiness to acknowledge what is already here. Let's pause and practice this together right now. Breathe in slowly. Notice your heart's rhythm, steady, trustworthy, unbroken. Each beat holds a quiet, divine assurance you are sustained and supported. Now speak these lines softly as Florence instructed her students. I receive love. I receive clarity. I receive all that belongs to me by divine right under grace in perfect ways. Listen closely to how each line feels in your body. Let yourself absorb it and hold it. The subconscious does not respond to words by themselves. It responds to embodied feeling, and every felt state functions like a living decree already taking shape when you catch yourself sliding back into wanting remember the mirror. It does not reflect what you simply wish for. It reflects who you assume yourself to be. Approach it as a seeker, and you stay searching. Meet it as a receiver, and you begin to see signs of receiving. Florence's almost forgotten word Recibo was never meant to be a mechanical ritual. It was meant to describe a mode of being. It indicates calm certainty where gratitude comes ahead of evidence. It means becoming the vessel even before any water appears. And once you live inside that truth, you realize life was never actually withholding. It was only waiting for your permission to flow through you. Wanting announces someday, receiving answers now. So the woman steps to her mirror once more. Morning light spills over her face. She smiles, and for the first time she truly sees it, the sparkle of a sacred reflection within her own eyes. Not the former picture of who she once was, but the revealing of who she has always been. With a whisper close to laughter, she says, I receive. And in that moment, the mirror needs no response at all. Her heart has already answered completely. A mirror has never been only a surface. It acts as a threshold, a shining veil between the visible and the unseen. Each time you look into it, you stand at a gateway of creation, meeting the very consciousness that forms and arranges your world. Florence Shinn often called the world your looking glass. She meant that life operates reflectively. What you hold within is mirrored back to you without. The mirror in your home is simply a small echo of that larger law. And if you learn to read its language, it can reveal what you need to understand. Imagine coming to the mirror not as routine grooming, but as a consecrated encounter. You are not only adjusting hair or checking features, you are meeting your personal cosmos. Every passing thought ripples through that reflective surface, sending signals into the unseen field of possibility surrounding you. The mirror responds less to spoken syllables than to the quality of your energy. Approach it with self-criticism, and it reflects discord. Approach it with self-respect, and it reflects radiance. In that quiet exchange, the current of creation begins to move and circulate. Have you noticed that when you smile at your reflection, something inside relaxes and the image seems gentler? The glass has not changed. The change has happened in you. The mirror is not responding to outward appearance. It is responding to inner awareness and state. Many spiritual traditions share an old parable. Before birth, souls gaze into a cosmic mirror and then forget what they saw. Human life becomes the long practice of remembering, returning to the first image, the divine self that is fearless and whole beyond time's wear. At its core, Florence's teaching was a guide back to remembrance. She understood that affirmations are not meant to create a new self, but to return you to the truth of who you already are. Man's word is his wand, she wrote, filled with magic and power. Each time you say, I am before the mirror, You awaken the inborn divine identity that never left, only slept beneath layers of doubt. Now imagine the mirror as more than glass, a field of living light enlivened by your awareness. Modern science increasingly echoes what mystics have long claimed: perception affects what is perceived. In the quantum realm, much like the mirror metaphor suggests, possibility does not resolve into a definite form until it is observed. Neuroscience describes mirror neurons, offering a biological parallel to this spiritual idea. These neurons fire both when you perform an action and when you watch the same action. Your brain, in effect, reflects what it observes. Smile at your reflection, and the neural pattern resembles receiving another person's smile. Speak love to the mirror, and your brain records it as love being received. The implications are striking. You function at once as the sender and the receiver of your own energetic tone. The mirror is not passive. It acts as a feedback loop for consciousness. Each declaration made before it imprints neural pathways, training the brain to accept abundance, certainty, and sacred identity as normal reality. Florence called this the law of substitution, trading false inner images for divine truth. Man imagines lack and limitation, she wrote, and sees it mirrored in his affairs. He must imagine abundance and see it mirrored there instead. Your mirror becomes a sacred laboratory for practice and testing. Each morning when you look, you are invited to choose which story you will authorize as real. Will you rerun the pattern of scarcity or accept the image of yourself as a divine receiver? Try this stand before the mirror and look into your own eyes without judgment or rush, curious as if meeting your soul for the first time. Feel the living presence behind your gaze. It is the same life force that guides the stars, turns the earth, and breathes through the oceans. Now, in a soft voice, whisper the following: I am the receiver of divine abundance. I am the reflection of infinite intelligence. I am what God sees when He dreams. Notice the small change in your reflection. Even if nothing transforms immediately, your perception adjusts. Your eyes become steadier, your breath grows deeper, and your face appears to soften and shine. The faithful mirror begins to return the truth you have chosen to affirm. This practice unites mysticism and science. Physicists observe that quanta of light change their behavior when watched responding to observation as though attention were an instruction. Likewise, life responds to the way you perceive yourself. See your image as powerless, and you receive powerlessness back. See it as sacred, and the world answers with sacredness. In this way, each morning becomes a ritual of recalibrating identity. The mirror becomes an altar, and your steady gaze becomes the prayer you place upon it. Florence wrote, "The invisible forces are ever working for man, who is always pulling the strings himself, though he does not know it. When you speak truth into the mirror, you quietly pull those unseen strings, aligning hidden currents of energy as they weave the tapestry of your life. You begin to see that self-image is not shallow vanity, it is creation in action. The inner picture you hold sets the conditions for what you permit life to deliver. The mirror is the meeting point where imagination becomes embodied, the sacred interface where thought condenses into form. Now close your eyes and imagine your reflection filled with soft, golden living light. This is not only symbolic, it points to an energetic reality. You are light gathered into form, reflecting upon itself. The mirror's surface becomes a portal where the divine design of your lasting self can be seen. When you open your eyes again, a gentle recognition appears. You are not using the mirror to find who you are. You are using it to remember who you have always been. With every truthful affirmation, you send ripples through the field of reality. Neurons fire cells respond, and the surrounding energy rearranges. The mirror stands as a witness to your change. And more than a witness, it joins as a co-creator in what is unfolding. The next time you approach, come with reverence. See the mirror not as an ordinary object, but as an oracular tool of reflection. The mirror does not lie, yet it does develop. As your consciousness expands, your reflection seems to progress as well. Stand there and realize every image is flowing, changeable, and shaped by belief. You are not trapped by what you see in the glass. You are being called to reshape it through conscious awareness. The universe itself inclines closer and listens through that sheet of glass. And when you softly say, "I receive even light," seems to lean in and reorganize itself in response. At this stage, no further invitation or direction is needed. Nothing else must be requested or induced. What is needed now is simply stillness, a calm, receptive presence free of strain. What remains is only remembrance, the soft act of recalling what has always been true. Because the mirror has already taken in your message and recorded your intention. And transformation has already begun. The shift is in motion even now. There is a saying that concentration is the soul's chistest prayer, the very essence of inner devotion. Whatever you hold in awareness, even for a short time, begins arranging itself in the unseen. Florence Scovel. Shinn called this the quickening of faith, the moment when thought condenses into form. Later teachers such as Abraham Hicks expressed a similar idea in new language. Hold a clear thought for 17 seconds, and the creative spark ignites. Just 17 seconds, brief enough to try yet significant enough to make a difference. That small window is enough to start repatterning lived experience, essentially initiating a rewiring of reality. Imagine it, most thoughts pass through awareness like fast-winged birds here for a moment, then gone. We rarely hold one idea long enough for momentum to build. Attention darts from worry to wanting to distraction, scattering creative power like seeds tossed by wind. But when you sustain one clear thought, gratitude, clarity, or abundance for a focused, uninterrupted 17 seconds, neural activity begins to synchronize. Pathways light up like aligned circuits, sending a coherent signal instead of static. In that moment, biology shifts, hormones recalibrate, and cells respond as though receiving precise instructions. This is not only spiritual metaphor, it is rooted in physiology and observable response. The brain cannot neatly separate vivid imagination from actual experience. When a vision is held with emotion, neurons firing together begin wiring into durable networks. Each second of steady attention strengthens the circuit, imprinting a new reality onto the deeper canvas of the subconscious. Florence grasped this long before modern research echoed it. "Your word is your wand," she wrote, "but your attention is the hand that guides it. Consider Daniel. For years, his mornings opened with apprehension. He would wake and immediately list possible failures, upcoming bills, workplace pressure, uncertainties. The mirror became a stage for anxiety, a battlefield of fearful thoughts. One morning, guided by Florence's teachings, he decided to test focused attention. He set a timer for exactly 17 seconds and chose one specific decree. "Everything I need comes to me in perfect time and perfect way." The first seconds were easy. Then distractions slipped in. Around the 10th second, a doubtful voice whispered, "This won't work." He softly brought his attention back, breathing steadily, keeping his gaze on the mirror, letting the sentence register in the body, instead of repeating it like a script. When the 17th second arrived, something subtle clicked into place. Not fireworks, but a steady calm, a grounded peace rose up. The inner noise gave way to quiet certainty, a rooted assurance that felt more solid than worry. He turned the exercise into a daily ritual, repeating it every morning without exception. After a week, he felt a clear shift. His chest seemed more open and less burdened. By the third week, external openings appeared, small synchronicities, and smoother alignments began to show themselves. A payment arrived sooner than expected, easing the immediate strain. A long-stalled project moved forward unexpectedly, as if momentum returned by itself. He realized the mirror did not respond to sheer effort, but to steady consistency. A daily 17-second practice of faith had begun replacing years of fear-conditioned programming. Why emphasize the number 17 specifically? Because that duration is long enough to gather momentum, yet short enough to feel achievable. One focused thought connects with others, like it forming a coherent vibration that attracts matching patterns. Hold it for another 17 seconds and the effect multiplies. By 68 seconds, the resonance turns strongly magnetic, calling in corresponding conditions. Florence likely would have smiled at this principle of timing. She urged students to stand unwavering for a moment of truth, remaining faithful to the divine image even when appearances contradicted it. The 17-second practice compresses that unwavering moment into a practical routine you can repeat. Try the exercise now, in this very moment. Find a quiet place where you won't be interrupted. Put one hand over your heart, or softly rest both palms on the mirror's surface. Breathe in slowly and fully, then let the breath out in a calm, unhurried exhale. Choose one sentence that expresses your highest truth. For example, you might choose, "I receive divine supply now. I am surrounded by love. Everything unfolds in perfect order." Now begin the practice with clear intention. Keep your focus for exactly 17 seconds, no more and no less, honoring the container of time. Let the phrase move from thought into embodied feeling, changing from mere words into lived sensation. Imagine the words as light-forming images behind closed-eyes, scenes of wholeness, harmony, and fulfillment, already complete. If it helps, count in a gentle rhythm to steady your attention as you keep feeling. When you reach 17, notice the subtle potency in the air, how the stillness can feel vivid and alive. In that brief pause, a world line has shifted. Inwardly, you have already moved into another reality. Each repetition carves a new channel in awareness. Where doubt used to spiral, faith now steps in. The effect builds over time, like strengthening a muscle or tuning an instrument toward perfect pitch. Soon you realize that 17 seconds is not a limit, but an entryway. The more you remain in focused gratitude, the easier it becomes to live in that frequency. Gradually, you become the very thought you have been holding. The next morning, Daniel returned to the mirror. Even as the city roared behind him, rushed and harsh, he stayed steady. With a timer in hand, he smiled with calm composure. "I receive," he said, "and the universe receives me." He kept his eyes on the reflection for a full 17-second count, attentive and calm. The reflection returned his look serene, radiant, and self-assured. Through that simple exchange, he understood the mirror was no longer inert. It had become alive as a partner. Let this be your experience and your practice as well. Do not underestimate the importance of these brief intervals. Day by day, reality is shaped by where you place your attention. Each 17-second pulse of conviction sends a clear instruction to the unseen. This is who I am. This is the reflection I choose. 17 seconds can shift a thought onto a new trajectory. 17 seconds can open a doorway into a different state of being. 17 seconds are enough to remember that receiving is not passive, it is active participation in the rhythm of creation. And when you finish the practice, close with a grateful whisper, "It is done. It was always done." Then step away, trusting that reality has already begun to rearrange itself in response to your focused attention. Commit now 17 seconds each morning. Are you willing? If so, respond with "Yes, I can." Consider this abundance is not a treasure you must chase, but a memory you can reclaim and live from. That is where real change begins, not in bank balances or outward conditions, but in the heart's private conversation. Florence Shinn called it the transformation of identity. She understood that life cannot change until the one living it wakes up first. You cannot receive good while you still identify with lack. You must step into the self who already has and allows. The process begins quietly, often without drama, the dawning realization that outer life has been echoing your inner story. Each recurring difficulty, each cycle of scarcity or strain reflects a thought repeatedly practiced within. Ask yourself what story plays in your mind when no one is watching and no one can hear it. Maybe it sounds like this: "I always have to struggle. Good things never last for me. I'm not the kind of person luck favors." Such lines can seem harmless or simply practical. Yet to the subconscious, they operate like statutes, commands installed by repetition, and the ever-responsive universe mirrors them with steady accuracy. Florence would remind us man's only enemies are his own negative thoughts. Her aim is not blame, but awakening to show that once a false story is seen clearly, it begins to loosen and dissolve. One evening, the woman of the mirror, yes, the same one who once faced her reflection with skepticism, sits in candlelit stillness. She feels the day's fatigue and hears the familiar murmur of not enough returning. This time, she does not resist. She chooses to listen. "What are you trying to tell me?" she asks softly, speaking to the inner voice of lack. The voice, thin and trembling, replies, "I only wanted to keep you safe. I feared that if you believed too boldly, disappointment would come back and hurt you." For once, she holds back judgment and offers gratitude instead. With her palm resting over her heart, she speaks gently. "You kept me safe when I didn't yet understand my power. Now I do, and I release you with love." A tear falls not from sadness, but from letting go. She feels an inner expanse opening, like a door finally unfastened after years of being ignored. In that quiet, clean space, something ancient within her begins to stir. A memory surfaces and begins to form, not a memory of her life story, but of her essence, of the deeper reality of who she is. In it, she is pure light, boundless, radiant, whole. She remembers what it feels like to be completely supported by the universe, the way an ocean effortlessly holds up a wave. That has always been true, only forgetting covered it. The mirror picks up a gentle glow in the candlelit space. She rises, steps closer, and looks into her own eyes. For a long while, she says nothing. She decides only to remember. Florence wrote, "Man can change his conditions by changing his words." Beneath that teaching rests an even deeper truth: your world changes when you change the picture of who you believe yourself to be. You are not simply someone trying to obtain abundance. You are abundance itself, remembering and reclaiming how it lives through you. Let us pause and allow that truth to be felt and anchored within. Close your eyes for a short, deliberate moment. Imagine yourself standing before a great mirror made not of glass, but of luminous light. In it, you see not skin and features, but pure energy, golden, boundless, and bright. This is the true self, the eternal receiver that has always been here. Now, with gentleness and sincerity, ask, who am I beyond fear? The answer comes as feeling before words, a mild warmth rising within, spreading through the chest and opening the mind. This is remembrance, your divine nature stepping forward and introducing itself again to your awareness. Florence called this crossing the dawn of realization. She wrote, "Man must awake to his divine self and claim his inheritance. With that awakening, the old identity fades and lifts like fog in morning sun. You stop saying, 'I want.' You stop chasing or pleading. You simply receive because light by its nature receives itself endlessly. From this inner foundation, your speech naturally shifts. Your words begin to come from a new center. Where you once said, 'I hope it works out,' you now state with certainty, 'It is working out now.' Where you once said, 'I wish I had enough,' you now affirm with conviction, 'I am supplied beyond measure.' Where you used to say, 'Maybe one day,' you now whisper with quiet authority, 'This day.' These statements are not meant to fool yourself. They are disciplined practice, reminding the mind that you are no longer a beggar, but an heir who rightly receives. The mirror becomes a sanctuary for this work. Each morning, you return not to examine appearance, but to reinstall your true identity. You meet your own eyes and speak not to the surface self, but to the divine presence shining through the image. I am the receiver of infinite supply. I am the beloved of life. I am whole, radiant, complete. Gradually, the outer world begins to rearrange itself around the reflection you now carry. Relationships, opportunities, and even the atmosphere around you start to shift. What once seemed blocked begins to move more easily. You realize the resistance was not in the world, it came from an old self-image that kept the door locked. In every real transformation, a sacred moment arrives when you stop hunting for evidence, because you have become the evidence. You feel prosperity humming softly within you before it appears in form. You sense love nearing even before it says your name. This is not fantasy or avoidance, it is the logic of divine order. The outer must mirror the inner. And when the inner self declares, "I receive the greater universe," moves quickly to match that decree. Florence captured this dynamic with elegant brevity. Gratitude is the law of increase. Gratitude is not only a reaction, it is a signal broadcast outward. It tells the universe, "I already have this good," and the universe, like a dependable echo, enlarges and multiplies whatever is truly thanked for. Therefore, the woman at the mirror begins each day not with strained effort, but with chosen gratitude. She gives thanks to her reflection before any results are visible. She thanks the unseen supports working quietly for her. She thanks life's generous current, which never stopped giving, only waited to be fully recognized. The turning point happens inside first. It always has, and it always will. You are not learning a new manifestation skill. You are remembering how to allow. You are not struggling to become abundant. You are recognizing the abundance already inherent in you. The world cannot give you what you refuse within, and it cannot withhold what you have fully accepted as true. Look into the mirror once more. See your eyes as Florence saw hers, as gateways between the visible and the unseen. Remember, you are both the creator and the created, the prayer and its answer, the one who declares and the one who receives. With that awareness, life stops feeling like a fight and becomes orchestration, an unfolding symphony of harmony and timing. And so, as the day's final light pours across the room, the woman smiles gently at her reflection. She no longer notices fatigue or worry. She sees light, her own light, steady, resilient, and certain. She speaks softly, as if sealing a sacred vow. I am not becoming abundant. I am remembering abundance. The mirror responds with a tender glow, as though bowing in acknowledgement of her words. The turning has begun in earnest, and it will continue deepening without end. If you feel this truth stirring in you, you may share the message so others can also remember and return to themselves. Softly close the door behind you, creating a clear boundary for this time. Let the outer world soften and fall back from your awareness. Recognize that this moment is not ordinary. It is reserved for something sacred. This is a threshold moment, an intentional step into a different quality of being. Let even the air around you take in the signal that something holy is beginning. Invite the room's light to incline toward quiet, as if bowing into stillness. You are now preparing the inner ground where receiving can root itself and grow. Begin by tending to the environment. The setting will shape the state you step into. Have a mirror ready, clean, clear, and patiently awaiting you. Place it so its center meets your eyes. When you look, you meet yourself directly, neither above nor below, but exactly at your own level. Equal to the dignity and divinity you carry, meeting it on level ground. Choose lighting that is gentle yet alive, soft enough for calm, bright enough to feel alert. If possible, include a candle in the setup to ground the atmosphere. Its role is not theatrical, but a clear sign that something significant is commencing. Flame has long functioned as a symbolic bridge linking the visible world with the unseen and the sacred. As the wick moves, you may notice your breath slowly synchronizing with its quiet rhythm, almost without noticing. Inhale as the flame leans forward, and exhale as it settles back, allowing your body to mirror that movement. This soft pattern becomes a metronome for your attention, stabilizing your awareness. Enter silence here. Let quiet be your next intentional choice. Let the stillness be chosen and welcome, not tight or forced. Turn off small distractions, alerts, buzzes, and pings that pull at your attention. Give yourself permission to pause the outer world. It can wait while you do this. You are not rejecting life. You are entering its inner doorway, the center from which it opens. Take a soft, clean cloth, something appropriate for careful polishing. Slowly clean the mirror until the surface is free of film and smudges. Move without haste, as if you were restoring a treasured memory back to clarity. This is more than cleaning glass. You are purifying the reflective field where your awareness will appear. Regard the dust as a symbol of mental clutter, the same haze that coats thought and perception. As the surface clears, perception sharpens. You begin to see yourself as the divine sees, unwarped and unobstructed. Now place both palms on your chest, anchoring attention in the heart. Notice the real weight and presence of life within you, its gravity and undeniable reality. Let that sensed heaviness soften into warmth, gently spreading through your torso. From within this warmth, allow your intention to gather and become coherent. In this moment, you may write a single word to center the ritual, Recibo. Shape each letter deliberately, as if tracing a sacred code laden with meaning. You may write it on paper or trace it softly on the mirror with your fingertip. This single word carries a complete declaration. I receive. Treat it as a key phrase, one that opens unseen doors and invites alignment. Consider each character an intentional breath, a measured exhale of will. R, the rise of readiness, the stir that indicates you are prepared. E, the gentle exhale that sends clear expectation into the field. C, the soft curve, symbolizing willing surrender and trusting release. I, the upright pillar, representing centered identity and inner alignment. B, the open bowl shaped to gather blessings and generous supply. O, the unbroken circle, completing the circuit so giving and receiving become one movement. Say the word softly, letting gentleness carry it outward. Let your voice linger briefly, leaving a tender echo in the room. Recibo. Repeat it again, returning to the same centered feeling. Recibo. Keep repeating until the sound naturally dissolves back into silence. Notice the subtle shift in the room, the air's texture, the quality of presence. You may find the space, the air, and even your breath now woven into alignment. You have done nothing dramatic, yet you have accomplished what matters most. The purpose of cleansing is not perfect flawlessness. It is an act of reverence and respect. By purifying the space, you communicate clearly to the universe, I am ready to receive clearly. And when you light the candle, the act quietly conveys, I remember my light belongs to the greater flame. When you face your reflection, you speak the central affirmation, I am not outside the sacred. I am the sacred. The quiet deepens until it feels almost tangible. A faint hum seems to emerge, soft, steady, almost musical. Recognize this feeling as the sensed frequency of true readiness. You have crossed the threshold. You are not only preparing, you are already the receiver made real. Resist the urge to rush. Let time widen around you naturally. Move at the pace of one clear sentence per breath, slow, deliberate, and present. Let each gesture slow until it harmonizes with the flame's slow pulse. Place one light touch on the mirror to seal your focus and intention. Know that this reflective plane will witness your vow and your practice. You are beginning a conversation that bridges the visible world and the invisible field. In this exchange, silence itself serves as the first statement, complete and meaningful. Sit or stand in whatever posture lets your spine feel open like a channel. Keep a vertical line upright, receptive, and relaxed so energy can move freely. Imagine your body as a spacious vessel steadily filling with calm and ease. Notice that even the air seems to have a new texture, as if subtly changed. It feels softer, yet somehow fuller, denser with presence. It feels distinctly alive, quietly awake. Now again whisper, as if speaking directly and intimately to the soul, Recibo. Let go of any expectation of spectacle. The power here is quiet, inward, and steadily changing. The sacred nearly always begins in subtlety, in small, quiet nuances that gently reveal themselves. One candle's flicker, the steady beat of a heart, and the attentive gaze into a mirror, these simple elements are fully sufficient. This here and now is your consecrated space, your deliberately set-apart sanctuary. Let it be clean and clear, made holy by the care and intention you bring. By entering this space each day, your cells begin to remember and resonate with its particular frequency and tone. This is the starting point, the threshold where the ritual truly begins. Here is where receiving first takes shape quietly, almost unseen, yet undeniably beautiful. Stand directly before the mirror, grounded and fully present. Do not approach in the usual mode of checking, fixing, or silently judging yourself. Instead, stand as if this mirror were an actual doorway, a portal into another state of being. Because in a deep sense, it truly functions as such a portal. The candle keeps burning beside you with a soft, steady glow sustaining the atmosphere. Its flame flickers gently like breath made visible, rhythmic to the eye. You turn your attention inward by looking directly into your own eyes in the reflection. Avoid fixating on surface details, your face, your hair, or the specific expression you're wearing. Look into the stillness behind your eyes, the witnessing light that quietly observes. Take one unhurried breath, intentional and full. Let it be deep and slow, an anchor that stabilizes your attention. Imagine the breath rising from the soles of your feet up to the crown of your head. As you exhale, allow the day's residue to release and drop away. Understand that you are not simply performing a mechanical ritual or going through motions. More truly, you are returning to your center, coming home to your own being. Begin by whispering softly, letting your voice warm up gently. Recibo todo lo bueno que la vida me ofrece. I receive all the good that life offers me. Let these words settle and find a place to land inside you. They are not reaching up into the distance. They are dropping inward, landing in your own awareness. You are not begging or pleading. You are allowing, granting permission to receive. Now repeat the line again with renewed steadiness and presence. Recibo todo lo bueno que la vida me ofrece. Notice the subtle shift in your voice quality as you continue. At first, it sounds like ordinary speech, simple articulation. Then it becomes resonance, a tone that hums and vibrates through you. The phrases begin to hum in your chest, echo through the mirror's field, and then ripple softly into the air around you. Now, place your hand over your heart again, grounding the feeling in your body. Look directly into your own eyes again, steady and unflinching. Hold the gaze without breaking, letting steadiness gather. Keep breathing through any subtle trembling that honesty can bring to the surface. You are standing face to face with your own truth, and that truth is looking back at you. This is the daily mirror decree, the focused practice you return to daily. It marks the precise moment when thought, word, and emotion align in coherence. Stay in this unified state for at least 17 seconds uninterrupted. Commit to 17 seconds of pure focus, free of distraction and free of mental commentary. Because within those 17 seconds, you plant the primary vibrational seed of your intention. That seed becomes a frequency that starts drawing reality into alignment with you. When you speak Recibo, the universe listens closely to your declaration. But when you truly feel Recibo, the universe responds and moves into action. Let your breathing guide the cadence of the practice. Inhale, receive clarity, letting it permeate your awareness. Exhale, release confusion, letting it dissolve and drift away. Inhale, receive wealth, inviting sufficiency and support. Exhale, release fear, allowing courage and calm to remain. Inhale, receive peace as a steadying, stabilizing presence. Exhale, let the world's noise and static fall away into quiet. You may also speak these lines aloud for emphasis. I receive clarity. I receive wealth. I receive peace. Let each phrase fall from your lips like soft gold, warm and precious. Don't rush the cadence. Keep a gentle, unforced rhythm. Remember, the mirror reads silence as clearly as it reads spoken sound. Add brief pauses between affirmations. Wait until the air itself feels settled and satisfied. Now bring your attention back to your eyes and whisper this line: I am the one who receives. This is not arrogance. It is alignment with truth. You are affirming your rightful place within the current and flow of receiving. Let your face noticeably soften, releasing unnecessary tension. Let the muscles around your mouth, eyes, and brow loosen and release. Let your body physically register what your mind understands conceptually. There is nothing to strain or push for when you are truly receiving. Receiving is, in fact, the soul's most natural and authentic posture. When the thinking mind tries to intrude, asking, but how, but when? Offer your reflection a small, gentle smile as reassurance. You are speaking to the part of you that temporarily forgot its infinite nature and capacity. Repeat the central line again for reinforcement, Recibo. Todo lo bueno que la vida me ofrece. And this time, let the words arise from your whole being, not only your lips or throat. Say it while recalling the feeling of warm sunlight resting on your skin. Say it with the grounded weight of gratitude already fulfilled inside you. Speak it as though it has already happened, because on the inner plane, it already has. Within this mirror practice, the ordinary sense of time loosens and fades. Here not yet has no real meaning. There is only the living vibration of the present moment now. You come back to this ritual each day, letting it become a reliable daily practice. The same mirror receives you once more. The same soft light maintains the space. The same sacred word steadies your intention. And yet, with every return, something subtle and genuine shifts inside you. Your voice grows deeper, more grounded, and more certain. Your gaze becomes steadier, unwavering in its presence. Your breath opens, lengthening and softening naturally. You begin to notice not only your face, but the energetic field glowing behind it. A luminous reflection appears, growing sharper and clearer with each decree you speak. That radiance is your receiving field, the energetic matrix that allows good to arrive. To complete today's practice, whisper these words with intention. I receive with calm. I receive with trust. I receive with love. Feel these words wrap around you like a gentle shawl of light resting on your shoulders. The resonance stays with you on your skin and in your field even after you leave the mirror. Close your eyes again for one last brief moment of integration. Imagine yourself standing there radiant, completely receptive, and fully remembered. Let that inner picture sink in and imprint itself onto your awareness. When you open your eyes again, let a soft, sincere smile appear. The ritual is complete for today. The practice has come to its natural close. The field has heard your declaration and taken it in. Your task now is to move through the day as someone who has already received, embodying that truth. Carry the subtle glow lit at the mirror into every space and situation you step into. Let the world quietly sense the certainty of your affirmation, Recibo. Know that silence is not a void or emptiness at all. Silence is power held and contained, focused, gathered, and ready. As you step away from the mirror, you carry a seed within, quietly held in your being and carried onward. It is delicate, yet strong, invisible to the eye, softly pulsing with stored potential. And like any living seed, it needs protected darkness for a time before it can open and bloom. This principle is the rule of silence, the quiet discipline that accompanies creation. It is the protective law that guards the intention now germinating within you. When something sacred has just been born, the mind wants to talk about it, to announce it, analyze it, and gather approval and validation from others. Yet every word spoken too soon is like digging up the soil to check whether the sprout has appeared. That disturbance breaks tender roots before they have built their strength. Your silence is not secrecy for its own sake. It acts as protection and intentional shielding of what is precious. It is a sacred obolochka that guards the delicate process of your becoming. After your mirror decree, resist the impulse to tell anyone about it. Do not share the amount you have called in or specified. Do not reveal the fine details of your visualizations or inner pictures. Do not even pour out your excitement. Keep its warmth held within. Hold it privately between you and the field of possibility until the first sign of manifestation arrives. Because once words are spoken outward, they tend to disperse and scatter your focused energy. They invite interpretations, opinions, and quiet doubts to enter. And doubt, even softly expressed, can break momentum like wind scattering warm ashes. Instead, cradle your miracle quietly within your own heart space. Let it root and take hold there deep and steady. Let it hum beneath the surface of the day, steady low and sustaining. You owe no one explanations for the sacred work you are creating. The universe already recognizes your energetic code and understands your intent. Consider a story of a woman who committed to the mirror decree for 7 straight days. Each morning she whispered with devotion, "Recibo todo lo bueno que la vida me ofrece." On the 8th morning, she confided in a friend about her hidden desire that she was calling in a new home and an entirely new beginning. Her friend smiled kindly, but added a small, piercing question. "Do you really think it can happen that fast?" The seed within her trembled, shaken by that suggestion. Doubt seeped in, subtle, yet immediate. The next day, her focus felt thinner, and her faith seemed diluted and less certain. Many weeks passed before quiet certainty returned to her fully. In truth, she did not fail or fall short. She simply learned the governing law at work. A growing dream needs quiet space and hush. In the hush of silence, your field becomes magnetic and drawing. You become a tuning fork vibrationally matched to your vision. Every thought you hold, every gesture you make, and every breath you take begins to hum in harmony with your decree. Yet when you share too soon, that finely tuned pitch drifts off center. You start resonating with other frequencies, others' fears, opinions, and unbelief. Therefore today, you practice containment, keeping your field intact. It is a reverent act that honors the sacredness of your intention. It is not about stingy withholding. It is about gestation, about proper ripening. Speak inwardly clearly to yourself. "I protect my energy." Repeat it until your body fully comprehends and accepts the message. "I protect my energy." As you move through your day, carry the same gentle softness you held before the mirror. Let your silence glow quietly rather than conceal. Let it be luminous, not retreating. You are not avoiding the outer world. You are shaping it from your inner posture. Think of a painter before unveiling a finished work to the public. The canvas remains covered until the right moment, until the piece is truly finished. Not because it must be hidden, but because it is sacred and deserves proper timing. Your manifestation is that artwork in progress, emerging line by line. It is developing its palette of colors, its lines of form, and its living balance. It is still too tender to meet the hard gaze of others before it is ready. So you live quietly yet vividly charged with inner life. You smile softly when asked how things are going, because deep within you already know the truth they are unfolding in perfect order. Silence builds a particular confidence within you. It is the poise of someone who knows the seed is alive even when it cannot yet be seen. That inner knowing becomes the magnetism that draws reality into tangible form. So tonight, when you return again to the mirror's quiet light, you may say only this simply and sincerely: "I keep my light within until it shines on its own." Breathe deliberately slow and full. Let your breath act as a seal, closing and confirming your intention again. No announcements, no demands for proof, and absolutely no rushing. Only faith deepening like roots that grow thicker and stronger in silence. Keep your practice sacred, protect the sanctity of what you are doing. Inscribe these words on your heart or type them here to anchor them more firmly. I protect my energy. Imagine a tone moving through water, clear and slow. One soft, confident tone sends concentric ripples outward, eventually reaching everything within range. That is exactly what your emotion does. Each time you say, Recibo, it sends ripples into the field. This is the quantum feedback loop, the cyclical exchange between you and the field. It is the unseen rhythm connecting your heart to the field that holds all possibilities. Every emotion you emit functions as a signal, a transmitted code. Every belief you hold becomes a stable frequency sustained over time. The universe does not hear with ears. It responds through resonance by vibrational matching. Florence Scovel. Shinn taught faith without emotion is motionless. And here, emotion is not disorder or chaos. It is living electricity. It is the current that carries your decree into motion and effect. When you stand before the mirror and declare, Recibo todo lo bueno que la vida me ofrece, the words alone are only sound vibration without depth. But when you truly feel them, when gratitude, peace, and steady certainty fill your chest, you activate the loop and set the circuit in motion. Imagine two tuning forks placed across a room from one another. When the first vibrates with firm conviction, the second, even at a distance, begins humming that same note. That is what happens between your inner state and the responsive field. Your emotional tone becomes the invitation, the summons. And the field, as pure intelligence, responds by shifting to match your tone. This is not superstition or wishful thinking. It is resonance physics, a principle of vibrational correspondence. Your thoughts function like light, while your feelings function as magnetism. Together, they reshape probability and nudge outcomes into form. To enter the feedback loop, your task is single: feel what you intend to call forth. Not as a hopeful wish, but as a remembered truth that already belongs to you. You are not reaching for something missing. You are remembering what is already on its way and aligned. Close your eyes briefly and fully turning your attention inward. Breathe gently into the heart center, soft and steady. Imagine your chest filling with a warm, golden glow that radiates outward. With each inhale, the glow strengthens, and with each exhale, it expands into your field. Now silently within, whisper with intention, Recibo. Notice the faint inner thrum that answers within you, a nearly imperceptible pulse rising from the depths. It is a muted yes, as if the living world is softly whispering back from just beyond the senses. That sensation is real feedback, an immediate response from the field to your state. It is the wider field, in effect, communicating, I heard you. The deeper and steadier your feeling becomes, the more consistently and fully the field responds. The process becomes a dance, a reciprocal movement between inner tone and outer echo. Your emotion rises and clarifies, and the field responds in kind, meeting you where you are. You register the response, and your emotion deepens and steadies further, and in turn, reality begins to reorganize so it reflects your prevailing vibration. Recall the image of water responding to sound ripples forming themselves around a tone. Elevated joy produces ripples that are crisp, harmonic, and strikingly symmetrical. Doubt, by contrast, creates turbulence, distorted, chaotic patterns without coherence. Therefore, your true task is not to pressure force or demand outcomes, but to carefully tune the inner instrument, refining feeling, attention, and tone. When you say Recibo, let it carry a tone of settled certainty and unshakable assurance. Let it be a note so even and steady that it needs no volume to be powerful. Quiet, grounded confidence travels farther and more truly than desperate insistence ever can. You may notice steady warmth spreading through your body, radiating outward from the center. A lightness may arise, spacious, buoyant, and gently uplifting. You may even feel a subtle tingling in your hands, a fine, electric buzz of aliveness. These impressions are not empty products of imagination. They are meaningful signals. They indicate that your field is aligning your very cells, recalling the cadence of abundance. In this exchange, you function at once as the sender and the receiver of the signal, both the musician establishing the tone and the melody being played through you. The larger field can only echo what you consistently and habitually play through feeling and thought. Accordingly, begin each day as a deliberate calibration and intentional tuning of your state. What exactly am I emitting right now? What signature am I placing into the field? Is the tone of my state gratitude and sufficiency, or grasping and lack? Is the underlying current peace and trust, or is it anxiety and panic? Whenever you notice worry rising, intervene with a pause, break the spiral. Return to the inner mirror. Visualize that reflective space within your awareness. Take a steady, unhurried breath to anchor your attention in the present. Reawaken the golden inner light and let it collect behind your sternum. Then speak the simple decree gently and clearly, Recibo. Even in one mindful instant, the loop rebalances and the circuit steadies. The field recognizes the new signal you send and begins reorganizing external conditions to mirror it. Your responsibility is not to micromanage outcomes or force events. It is to maintain resonance, holding the frequency that matches what you are inviting. Emotion functions like a steering wheel guiding direction and angle, while attention acts as the accelerator providing momentum and speed. If you truly understood how completely the field mirrors your state, you would never again underestimate your importance or the weight of your inner posture. You would choose to speak, breathe, think, and feel with reverence, care, and precision. For in every moment you emit belief and conviction, the world quietly begins shaping itself into the likeness of your belief. And when awe arises, that unmistakable shiver, signaling you belong to something vast, ordered, and intelligent, you bring the feedback loop into full completion and coherence. Awe can be described as the universe recognizing and experiencing itself through your awareness. Stay there for a few intentional moments, lingering in that quality of feeling. Feel the quiet hum behind your ribs, the living, poised silence between heartbeats. This is the tangible vibration of answered prayer assurance experienced as energy. Can you feel the resonance in your body and breath right now? If your heart has just whispered a subtle yes, know with confidence that the field has already echoed that affirmation back to you. They looked into the mirror and said, Recibo. And from that point, things began to shift meaningfully step by step. The change did not come through struggle or exhausting effort, nor did it arrive through force or compulsion. Instead, it unfolded through quiet, steady certainty and calm readiness. Consider Marisol a single mother who had long lived month-to-month budgeting carefully. Each dawn, before her children woke, she stood in the bathroom's soft light, attending only to one candle, one mirror, and one simple word. She said softly, Recibo todo lo bueno que la vida me ofrece. At first, she could hardly believe the words she was saying. Even so, she kept saying them, choosing practice over doubt. By the fourth morning, she felt a shift, beginning a warmth spreading through her chest, and a stillness arising behind her habitual thoughts. Fear's harsh static began to release its hold, softening at the edges. On the seventh day, she found a letter she had misplaced an unopened envelope from a local grant program she had applied to months before. Inside was an approval and funding for the handmade business she had been cultivating. She cried not because the impossible had occurred, but because it suddenly felt inevitable. That evening, she returned to the mirror and whispered softly, "I receive." Now consider Elias a quiet artist who for a while had lost faith in his own work. He used the mirror mainly for honesty, less for compliment, more for truth. He stood before his reflection with trembling hands, his body honestly confessing its fear, and said, "Recibo claridad. Recibo proposito." He did not ask for fame, he asked for alignment for clear purpose and right direction. Within a few weeks, an old friend invited him to exhibit in a small gallery. Soon after, a collector found his work and bought a piece for more than he had earned the previous year. He smiled, realizing the breakthrough had not come from frantic striving or strain, but from standing still in presence and saying, "Recibo." And then there was Lucia, who had been praying for healing after a deep loss. The mirror gradually became her sanctuary, her place of refuge and restoration. Each morning, in a voice scarcely above a whisper, she said, "Recibo paz, recibo amor, recibo la fuerza para sonreír otra vez." The candle flame flickered in a sympathetic rhythm as if breathing with her. Soon, she began to notice small but timely miracles. A friend calling at the precise moment support was needed, a song arriving with lyrics that said exactly what her heart required, a stranger meeting her eyes with kindness just as tears were forming. Within weeks, her home felt noticeably lighter, airier, and more open. And for the first time in years, she opened the window at sunrise and said aloud, "Recibo." Stories like these repeat across countless lives in many different forms. The names and details change, but the driving force remains the same. Each story began in stillness, with a steady gaze, and with the single word, "Recibo." One man received an unexpected promotion after months of being overlooked and passed over. A woman received repayment on an old, nearly forgotten debt that suddenly came through. An artist received a surge of inspiration that reignited her practice and productivity. A student received timely guidance that led to the most fitting opportunity. Each began by preparing the mirror, whispering the word with intention, and feeling it vibrate through the body until its meaning became real. They did not chase outcomes. They became receivers aligned, open, and willing. As they stayed in that posture, life reorganized itself around their readiness and consent. Recibo is not trickery or illusion. It is magnetic alignment, a lawful matching of inner and outer states. When you are calm, grateful, and open, the world can finally deliver what was already on its way, meeting you without resistance. These people did not become entirely different. They simply became unmistakably clear, aligned, and focused. The before and after is essentially one story retold through many different hearts and lives. Before, the atmosphere is crowded with confusion, seeded with doubt, and loud with mental noise. After, the field is marked by clarity, anchored in trust, and moving with effortless flow. Between these states, the bridge is silence, the mirror, the measured breath, and the steady word, Recibo. The woman who received the grant now teaches her children to bless their own reflections each morning before the day starts. The artist now consecrates his brushes with a quiet blessing before each painting session. The widow lights a candle at sunset and in a tender voice whispers, "I receive the beauty that remains." They move through life more lightly, speak with more deliberation, and listen with a deeper, more attentive presence. Because this ritual taught a lesson far beyond material gain. It taught them how to receive life itself, moment by moment, breath by breath. They faced the mirror directly and said with intention, "Recibo." And in response, the universe replied clearly and directly Entonces receive. This practice bears fruit because you practice it actively, live it, and return to it. Because each faithful repetition rewrites your inner rhythm and reshapes your nervous system. Because you learn to stop pleading and instead allow to relax open-handed into receiving. And that allowing became the doorway through which abundance could arrive naturally. Now it becomes your moment, your turn to step forward. Stand where they stood directly before your own reflection. Light a candle, deliberately marking the space as sacred. Look directly into your own eyes, steady and unflinching. Whisper the same simple word that opened their path to miracles. Recibo. Notice the subtle shift in the air, the palpable change in atmosphere. That feeling is the field listening and registering your signal. That is your next story beginning to form the narrative uniquely yours. Share your own miracle in the comments so the blessing can ripple outward. Your testimony may become the spark that inspires someone else's breakthrough. 7 mornings, 7 intentional beginnings, 7 distinct layers of receiving, each deepening upon the last. With each day, the current grows deeper and the channel widens, letting your good flow more freely. This is the 7-day expansion technique, a sacred sequence designed to lead you from basic acceptance into complete lived embodiment. You do not hurry or compel the process. You allow it to open in its proper timing. You inhabit the practice, engaging with awareness rather than simply executing instructions. Each day unfurls like a flower petal, and each breath serves as a bridge from thought into material reality. Day 1, acceptance and the first opening. Start at dawn or with the first light whenever brightness naturally arrives in your environment. Stand before the mirror with a lit candle grounding your attention in its glow. Softly speak the following decree with clarity and gentleness. Hoy acepto. Recibo lo que ya es mío por derecho divino. Notice any internal resistance easing and beginning to loosen its grip. Acceptance is the first doorway, the yes that receives reality exactly as it is. No begging and no negotiation, only a calm, open-handed welcome to what already belongs to you. Stay in intentional stillness for at least 17 even seconds. Let your shoulders relax downward and allow your posture to soften comfortably. Allow your breathing to teach your body the embodied feeling of surrender and ease. Day 2, clarity and sharpening of vision. Clean the mirror again, reestablishing a clear reflective surface. Treat yesterday's dust as yesterday's doubt, both removed with today's wiping. Today, draw a steady breath and say the decree. Recibo claridad. Sé lo que quiero, y lo que quiero me reconoce. Observe your reflection become more defined as though light were deliberately focusing through you. With clarity present, confusion dissolves and no longer holds shape. Write one clear sentence that states precisely what you are prepared to receive. Just one sentence, brief, specific, and honest. Fold the sentence and set it under the candle as an anchor and vow. Let the flame keep watch over it like a small guardian made of light. Day 3, confidence and embodied certainty. The wax has formed new shapes, subtle signs of progress unfolding beyond what you can see. Stand slightly taller today, letting conviction settle into your posture. See yourself not as someone pursuing results, but as a magnet that naturally draws them in. Say the decree with steady firmness and even resonance. Recibo con confianza. El universo me respalda. As you breathe, imagine a golden ribbon of light rising along your spine, forming a luminous pillar of certainty that stabilizes your entire being. Notice how your voice changes when it is supported by genuine trust. That distinct tone educates the field in the new frequency you are now embodying. Day 4. Flow and easeful movement. Bring water into the space literally or as a symbolic act of fluidity. A small bowl of water near the mirror is both enough and significant. Lightly touch the water, recognizing flow through your fingertips. Speak the next decree calmly and with ease. Recibo en fluidez. Todo llega a mí sin esfuerzo. Notice the reflection ripple softly, visually mirroring fluid movement. Be clear about this: you do not pursue abundance. You generate an alignment so strong that abundance naturally arrives. Let your actions throughout the day resemble water, soft assured and quietly unstoppable. Day 5. Gratitude and the mark of completion. Now the energy feels complete and ripe, ready to be expressed. Gratitude is the unmistakable scent that accompanies manifestation. Whisper this line with warmth and sincerity. Gracias porque ya recibí. Do not frame it in the future tense or as someday. Give thanks as if your good is already here, with you fully present. Write down 3 things that came to you this week, whether major, modest, or seemingly minor. Read them aloud to your reflection to reinforce the feeling of completion. Notice your smile arising naturally without effort or strain. That effortless smile is the body's way of signaling completion and receiving. Day 6. Generosity and circulation. Receiving and giving are paired 2 inseparable dimensions of a single life current. Today, use the following line as your decree. Recibo para compartir. Mi abundancia bendice a otros. The light you strengthen within becomes sustenance that reaches far beyond yourself. Offer a kind phrase, a thoughtful gesture, or a small gift, something modest but genuinely heartfelt. Every act of giving widens the circuit, and each generous moment returns by increasing your supply. You will feel how much lighter your body becomes when you open your hands and release what you previously held too tightly. Day 7. Gratitude and the practice of letting go. The last morning arrives calm, luminous, and deliberate. Prepare the space as on day 1, mirror, polished to clarity, candle burning, steadily and bright. Retrieve the paper from day 2, the page holding your one clear intention. Read it once with full attention and presence. Smile softly, honoring the path you have taken. Whisper the closing decree quietly with trust. Recibo. Guaira ahora libero. Burn the paper carefully, watching the flame transform ink and fiber into light and open space. This act is the seal, the final gesture of surrender and confidence, a symbolic act that states to the universe plainly, I trust you completely now. The rising smoke lifts like an offering of faith, a visible sign that you have released. Remain standing in purposeful silence until the last ember fades and disappears into darkness, honoring the final glow. Notice the deep stillness in the room, the faint scent of something finished, the quiet perfume of completion. Know that you are not empty or depleted. You are wide and spacious within, expanded rather than diminished. The space itself seems to hum with quiet certainty. Your request is already fulfilled in the unseen present, as form before form. Offer one final whisper, a closing blessing spoken gently. Estoy lista. Estoy listo. Recibo. Let the faint echo soften and dissolve into the surrounding air until it is fully absorbed. The ceremony ends outwardly, yet its vibration continues moving through you, carrying on. Over 7 days, you have built a bridge of feeling and unwavering focus plank by plank. What began as a soft whisper of energy now runs like a steady, dependable river through your daily life. Watch carefully for subtle signs ease that appears unexpectedly timely coincidences and a quiet inner certainty. These markers are the first traces of manifestation moving toward you in physical form. Are you ready to enter 7 deliberate days of receiving with full presence and intention? Add your declaration as a comment day 1. I receive, to anchor your beginning. Then step into the mirror's light, the consecrated glow you have prepared. Recognize that the universe has already turned toward you attentive and responsive. There is no further next step to pursue, no later stage to force or chase. The ritual has reached completion, returning to stillness with its purpose fulfilled. What comes now is the living of it, the embodiment that continues beyond the ceremony. You have established a rhythm, a cycle of space and silence, mirror and decree protection, and resonance, followed by expansion. This pattern is not merely a checklist to remember. It is a living cycle to inhabit and embody. Every breath from this point onward becomes part of the same current carrying you forward. Each time you whisper Recibo, whether walking, cooking, laughing, or resting the field immediately recognizes that tone and responds to its familiar signature. It now knows your frequency by heart, as surely as a friend recognizes your voice. Do not rush to create a new practice. Resist the impulse to add more steps. Instead, let this single practice deepen and take root through faithful repetition. 7 days will expand into 70, and then into a lasting, natural way of being. Receiving will become as instinctive and effortless as breathing. Hold this in remembrance, steady and clear. Abundance is not conjured or summoned from elsewhere. It is remembered and retrieved from within. You were never truly empty. You were simply waiting to notice and acknowledge your inherent fullness. Therefore, when morning light touches your mirror again, arriving like a gentle herald, smile warmly at your reflection, as if greeting a dear companion who has returned. Speak the word once quietly and familiarly, as if greeting a friend who has come home. Recibo. Gratitude is like sunlight, warm, radiant light that keeps the flowers of your life open to the sky. Without gratitude, the petals of your blessings begin to curl inward, protecting themselves from the cold wind of doubt. With gratitude, every experience, past, present, and future, turns toward possibility and growth. Gratitude is not an afterthought. It is a creative force. It is the soul speaking to the universe. I see your good, I acknowledge it, and I make room for more. Florence Scovel. Shinn often taught giving thanks before you have received opens the gates of supply. She understood that gratitude is not the finishing note of manifestation, it is the spark that starts it. When you give thanks in faith, you align yourself with the frequency of what is already yours. Gratitude does not beg, it assumes. Gratitude does not delay, it declares. Imagine gratitude as a golden radiance surrounding your heart. Each thank you extends outward like a bright ray, drawing to you matching harmonies of joy, prosperity, and peace. A grateful soul becomes magnetic, quietly irresistible. When someone declares, "Thank you for what is, thank you for what comes," the universe replies in a whisper, "And more shall be added unto you." There was a woman, let us call her Clara, who lived in continual worry about money. Every bill felt threatening. Every unexpected expense felt like punishment. Her prayers were anxious pleas rather than confident statements of trust. One morning, she encountered Florence's counsel, "Bless the situation and give thanks that it is already solved." And so Clara began the practice. At first, it felt awkward, even unnatural. She whispered, Thank you for this bill, for it proves I am trusted with resources. Thank you that my supply is sure. She wrote those words on a small note and taped it above her mirror. Each day she repeated, "Thank you for what is. Thank you for what comes." Within a few weeks, openings appeared, an unexpected refund, a new client, and a deep peace she had never known. The bills did not vanish overnight, but the fear did. And once fear dissolved, supply began rushing in. Gratitude transforms not by changing external facts, but by changing you. It shifts your vibration from grasping to receiving, from scarcity to sufficiency, from complaint to creation. It makes the smallest gift feel expansive and makes the truly infinite feel inevitable. Pause for a moment and breathe. Place a hand gently over your heart. Whisper with me the following lines. Thank you for what is. Thank you for what comes. Thank you for the unseen blessings already on their way. Let these words move through you like a steady rhythm. Gratitude is a frequency and a tone. With each repetition, your magnetism strengthens. With each breath, more light is drawn into your field. As you walk, give thanks for the ground that holds your steps. As you eat, give thanks for the nourishment that sustains your body. As you sleep, give thanks for the breath that continues faithfully. In this way, life becomes an ongoing prayer of appreciation. Remember, abundance is not something you chase like a quarry. It is something you recognize as real. The moment you say, "I am grateful," you are already abundant, because gratitude can only live inside a consciousness of enough. So today, I invite you into a living practice of divine thanksgiving. Let your mind rest in this. Gratitude is the magnet, and the more you give thanks, the more reasons will come to be thankful. Florence wrote, "The man who is grateful sees blessings multiply. The man who complains sees them wither away." Choose multiplication. Choose warmth. Choose the sunlight of your own gratitude. Say this again as a seal upon your day. Thank you for what is. Thank you for what comes. Let this be your declaration for the day, and as you hold it, you may feel life lean toward the radiant flow of what you have long been asking to receive. True abundance never stays fixed or goes stale. It acts like a river, not a sealed reservoir. It moves through your life rather than collecting only for you. Florence taught that supply is a living stream. When you give openly, you show trust in the source, and the current continues to feed you. When you cling or hoard, fear becomes a dam in the flow, and the waters gradually withdraw. Picture a river moving through a fertile valley. When free, it waters fields, nourishes trees, refills wells, and sings as it runs toward the sea. But if a wall is built to capture all its water movement, slows, water stagnates, and everything downstream starts to wither. So it is with wealth, love, and opportunity. Ethical receiving means recognizing yourself as part of the current. When you let blessings move through you with generosity, kindness, and clear purpose, you become a trustworthy steward of divine provision. There was a man named David who struggled with this principle. After years of scarcity, he suddenly found success in his work. Instead of celebrating, he became afraid of losing it. He stopped giving, pulled back from sharing, and even stopped rejoicing. The flow constricted. Within months, clients vanished, partnerships unraveled, and the river of opportunity began to retreat. One evening, in reflective silence, he remembered Florence's teaching. God's gifts are not limited, and man's supply is inexhaustible when he gives without fear. The next morning, David wrote 3 checks, one for a friend in need, one for a local charity, and one for a mentor who had helped him long ago. He mailed them without hesitation. Within a week, new contracts arrived worth 3 times what he had given. The message was unmistakable. Generous giving reopens and restores the flow. Receiving is not selfishness, it is sacred participation. When you receive, you affirm the inherent goodness of creation. When you give, you become its conduit. This is the ethical heart of receiving, to circulate wealth reverently, to share joy without keeping score, and to honor the truth that nothing is owned forever. It flows through you, carrying the imprint of divine purpose. Whisper this inwardly now with sincerity. I give in faith and I receive in grace. I am part of the river of divine supply. Each phrase sends ripples through consciousness, loosening old guilt patterns and dissolving long-held fear. The ethics of receiving also require an accurate sense of worth. Refusing good from false humility is as imbalanced as grasping from greed. Florence wrote, "Man must prepare for the thing he asks for when there isn't the slightest sign of it in sight." Preparation means believing you are worthy to receive. You do not apologize for blessings. You honor them and let them become blessings for others. When you receive with real joy, you silently affirm, "The universe trusts me with good." When that trust is shown to be faithful, it naturally grows. Take a slow, grounding breath. Imagine your heart as a golden bowl filled to the brim with light. With each exhale, let that light pour outward to your family, your community, and the world. The more you pour, the more comes. Infinite supply does not recognize emptiness. Let the river move freely. Let generosity wash away lingering fear. Let giving and receiving blend into a continuous, harmonious song of trust. Say gently, sealing the intention in your field, "I give freely, I receive fully, and I circulate divine abundance with joy." Doubt is the shadow cast by your own growing light. It is not an enemy, it simply shows that your vision is brightening and reaching beyond old beliefs. Florence Shinn often reminded her students that delay is not denial. It is divine preparation. Unseen gears turn quietly, aligning people, timing, and circumstances beyond what the mind can presently see. Therefore, when the surface seems still, declare with calm certainty, "Even in silence, my seed grows." Close your eyes for a moment and picture the seed, the dream you planted with your decree. Beneath the unseen soil, it has already begun sending down roots, the moisture of your faith, the warmth of your gratitude, and the nutrients of your spoken word. All feed it. You don't dig it up each day to check it. You water it faithfully and choose trust. And how often the human heart trembles while it waits. It whispers, "What if nothing is happening? What if I'm unworthy?" Remember, impatience can masquerade as intuition. It is fear dressed in urgency. Divine timing never rushes, yet it never fails. There was a young artist named Amara. She prayed for success, affirmed faithfully, and poured her heart into her work. Months passed with no recognition. Discouraged, she almost quit. One evening, she found an old notebook containing Florence's line, "I do not resist delay, for delay is only the law of preparation." The sentence landed like a quiet whisper from heaven. Amara decided to keep creating, not for visibility, but because the act itself was her devotion. Each morning, she began her practice with a simple decree. "Even in silence, my seed grows." Weeks later, a gallery owner found her work online. Within a month, her art was exhibited, celebrated, and purchased. She realized her faith had not been futile. It had been quietly ripening beneath the surface, waiting for its perfect season. Delay does not mean a dream is lost. It means the soil is deepening its hold. Every pause has a purpose. When events seem still, remember Florence's law. Every delay works for my perfect good. Whisper this now, let it move through your heart like a soft prayer. Even in silence, my seed grows. Even in stillness, the answer is forming. Even when I cannot see, divine order is working through me. Doubt may knock, but you don't have to let it stay. When fear arrives, answer it with faith. When impatience rises, respond with surrender. Speak your word and then rest, trusting that the divine is faithful to its own law. Forgiveness is also a key that dissolves delay. Unforgiveness is a heavy rock in the stream of manifestation. It blocks the flow of supply and peace. Forgiveness does not approve the past. It frees your energy from resentment's grip. It is the declaration, I free myself to receive my good. Pause for a moment. Bring to mind anyone or anything that still lingers with heaviness. Breathe deeply and say aloud, I release you into the light of love. I am free and you are free. Nothing stands between me and my good. Forgiveness recalibrates your vibration. It clears the conduit between you and Source. Many who live through long seasons of delay are being invited to forgive others, themselves, or even life for what felt unfair. Remember, in the divine plan, no time is wasted. Even the waiting has purpose. Florence wrote, faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly. This is your practice now to behave as though it is complete. Smile while you wait. Celebrate before it arrives. Bless even the gradual unfolding of miracles. When you shift from asking when to declaring, thank you now, the atmosphere of your life changes in tangible ways. Doors open, calls come in, and solutions appear as if from nowhere. The outer world rearranges itself to reflect your inner certainty. Imagine divine timing like a symphony. Some notes arrive quickly. Others stretch into long, resonant chords. Each sound is precisely placed. Likewise, every season of your life arrives in right order. Say with me softly now, aligning breath and word, I trust divine timing. Nothing is missing, nothing is late, and everything is unfolding in perfect order. The atmosphere around you begins to feel lighter. You may feel a subtle relief in your body, as if the universe itself exhales in harmony with you. Trusting divine timing carries you into the current where miracles emerge naturally. You stop pushing and release fear. You begin to live as Florence taught, calm, assured, radiant, and certain your word has already been sent and will not return empty. Let us seal and affirm this truth together now. I am patient because I am powerful. I forgive, I release, I receive. Even in silence, my seed grows. I trust divine timing, and divine timing trusts me. Now take a breath, let a gentle smile come, and feel your faith returning to its strength. Write in the comments, I trust divine timing. Let that sentence stand as your public declaration. To live abundantly is not to wait for a miracle, it is to become the miracle in motion. Florence Scovel. Shinn's teachings were never intended to remain on a page or in whispered prayer. They were meant to be lived, threaded through every act, every breath, every ordinary hour, until the extraordinary becomes your steady rhythm. When abundance is embodied, it is not a performance, it is identity. It is not only what you do, it is at root who and what you are. Let us begin with one clear declaration to set the tone. I am the receiver. Say it gently and let the words resonate. You are not pursuing good, you are receiving it. You are not straining, you are allowing. This is the essence of daily abundance, moving through life as though every moment has already been blessed. Imagine your whole day as a bright circle of light extending from dawn's first moment to evening rest. On waking, speak the decree. This is a day of divine order. Every thought I think, every word I speak, every act I perform prospers me and blesses others. In this way, morning becomes your sacred altar, and each task becomes an intentional offering. Florence taught, the invisible forces are ever working for man who is always working for God. To live in divine flow is to cooperate with those unseen forces, to listen within, to trust deeply, and to act from anchored inner peace rather than from outer strain or pressure. Every small action can be transformed into a receiving ritual. As you dress, declare, I clothe myself in confidence. As you eat, bless the food with gratitude for the many unseen hands that brought it to you. As you pay a bill, affirm, this money returns to me multiplied, for I live in an infinite universe of supply. As you manage your finances, let practicality and spirituality work together. Budgeting becomes grounded faith rather than anxious fear. Saving becomes a sign of confidence rather than scarcity. Giving becomes a declaration of trust, never a narrative of loss. You might create a small sacred corner at home, a mirror, a candle, and perhaps a handwritten note that reads, I am the receiver. Each morning, stand there, meet your own gaze steadily, and say aloud, I receive guidance. I receive prosperity. I receive joy. I receive peace. I receive love, and I give it freely in return. This simple practice tunes you each day to the frequency of abundance. With repetition, it stops feeling like a ritual and matures into your natural way of being. Among Florence's most lovely teachings is the assurance that intuition is the magic path. To live abundantly is to follow that inner nudge and trust it enough to act. When an idea lights up within, it is divine guidance quietly pointing this way. Every inspired action, even a small one, becomes a golden thread in the tapestry of your realized good. Hold this vision as a living narrative. Each morning, you wake in an atmosphere of peace. Soft sunlight pours into the room. You stretch, whisper a quiet thank you, and rise with expectancy. Through the day, you move calmly and surely. Your emails carry clarity. The people you meet reflect your joy. You spend and give from ease, not obligation. You understand that each dollar, each word, and each action returns to you multiplied. At day's end, you review the hours with gratitude and say, thank you for this breath. Thank you for every lesson. Thank you for the seen and unseen blessings flowing toward me even now. You fall asleep cradled by trust instead of worry, knowing your subconscious continues forming your good, even as you rest. This is what it means to weave ritual into daily life. Faith no longer lives only in scheduled meditation. It moves through your steps, your work, your relationships, and your choices. Florence affirmed faith without works is dead. Yet she also understood that faith's works are joyful, not strained actions arising from divine prompting and guided by inner peace. Therefore, let each day become a living affirmation. When you rise, speak your decree. As you walk, move with the awareness that your feet step on holy ground. When you meet others, offer a silent blessing. The light of God within me greets the light of God within you. Then the world begins responding to your vibration. People feel safe around you, opportunities collect as if magnetized, and money flows as naturally as breath. You stop coaching yourself to trust, you simply live inside trust. And when doubt appears, as it sometimes will, you do not treat it as an enemy. You take it as an invitation to return to your center. I am the receiver. I live in divine flow. Let us close this section with a spoken cadence, a heartbeat of affirmation that anchors your renewed identity. I live in alignment with the infinite. I receive with grace and give with joy. My actions are my affirmations. My words are my wands. My life is my living prayer. You are no longer merely practicing abundance, you are fully embodying it. Each step confirms you have become the consciousness Florence foresaw: peaceful, purposeful, prosperous, and deeply free. Subscribe and continue the journey deeper into the art and practice of conscious receiving, expanding your capacity day by day. The room settles into a deep quiet. You can almost feel the hush of divine presence around you, the same luminous stillness from which Florence Shinn once spoke a sacred calm, where words stop being effort and become pure creation. This is the hour of synthesis and remembrance, a radiant closing. What began as a seeker's path is now completed as a creator's path. The circle drawn by your word has reached completion. Gently close your eyes and take a long, unhurried breath. Feel the air moving through you as if it carries light golden, tender, unending. Each inhale is receiving. Each exhale is release. This is the rhythm of divine flow. Imagine a mirror before you, not of glass, but of shimmering light. It stands tall within a halo of soft radiance, reflecting not your physical features, but your divine self, your true identity. You step forward, and in its luminous center, you see the real you, not limited, not lacking, not waiting, already whole, already prosperous, already divine. This luminous mirror is your consciousness reflecting exactly what you accept yourself to be. Florence wrote, "Man's word is his wand. Whatever you have spoken with conviction has shaped the reflection before you, and notice how brightly it shines. Through this journey, you have retrained your speech, your thoughts, your vision. You released complaint and chose gratitude. Fear yielded to trust. Striving softened into allowing. You learned to say with full authority, I am the receiver. Now as you look into the soul's mirror, the light intensifies. You see golden threads woven through your image signs of each affirmation, each faithful act, each forgiving thought. You understand this is the fabric of your abundance. It has been forming for a long time, unseen, waiting for your recognition. You smile, and the reflection smiles back, an endless echo of divine joy. You whisper, I am whole. I am radiant. I am one with divine supply. The light on the mirror ripples softly, as if the universe itself leans in agreement. Florence once affirmed, there is no loss in divine mind. Every seeming delay, each detour, every heartbreak, none of it was wasted. All of it became stepping stones to this awareness. Every challenge refined your decree. Every moment of faith strengthened your magnetism. Now return to gratitude, which opened this portion of the journey. Place both hands over your heart and speak slowly, reverently. Thank you for what is. Thank you for what comes. Thank you for the light that never leaves me. Gratitude is the final chord that resolves the symphony of creation. It keeps the door open, keeps the current moving, and multiplies the blessing. Pause and recall the gifts now filling your life, seen and unseen. The kindness that arrived at the exact moment of need. the idea that came with sudden clarity, the bill paid at just the right time, the peace that settled where fear once lived. Each is evidence of divine order steadily unfolding. Take a deep breath. Feel the gentle warmth of gratitude expanding through your chest. Now imagine that light of gratitude widening beyond your body, beyond your home, beyond your city. It moves like a golden wave across the world, blessing all who are ready to receive. You are not a lone candle. You belong to an eternal flame. The light that meets you in the mirror is reflected in every soul you meet. When you enter a room, your consciousness subtly changes the air. When you speak in faith, your words ripple through layers seen and unseen. This is your true power, not to control, but to create harmony. Florence's wisdom now lives through you. Her voice echoes gently through time, reminding, the game of life is a game of boomerangs. Man's thoughts, deeds, and words return to him sooner or later with astounding accuracy. And so your loving thoughts return as love. Your faithful words return as visible manifestation. Your kind deeds return as abundance multiplied. You are no longer an unconscious player. You play divinely awake and intentional. Pause and let this recognition settle. You have become the consciousness of demonstration. You do not wait for proof. Your very being supplies it. Let us affirm together softly and rhythmically like waves touching the shore. My word is law unto itself. I speak with divine authority. I am aligned with infinite good. I receive without resistance. I give without fear. I live in the effortless flow of abundance. Feel each sentence settle within as sacred truth, steadying the heart. Now, picture the mirror of light again. This time, it seems to dissolve, not disappear, but expand until you realize it was never separate. You are the mirror. You reflect divine mind, infinite love, and the universe's eternal abundance. You are both the reflection and the source. You whisper through tears or through a smile these lines: I remember who I am. I am light. I am love. I am infinite supply. And in that remembering, doubt dissolves. Fear grows quiet. You stand radiant, certain, and whole. Florence's culminating lesson was divine union, humanity, and God are not two, but one in consciousness. When you speak your word in faith, it is the divine speaking through you. Therefore, your closing declaration carries more than personal force. It carries divine authority. Speak it aloud slowly, as if engraving it into the very ether. I live in the flow of abundance. I am the light in the mirror. I am the receiver, the giver, the manifestation of divine love in form. And so it is. Pause here. Let the silence complete the work. In silence, the word is sealed. In the hush after your declaration, manifestation begins to move, unseen yet unstoppable. Breathe again and feel a deep, resonant peace. You are whole and aligned. You are ready to live these teachings not as theory, but as the fabric of your life. Carry this light forward. Express it through your actions. Reflect it in your relationships. Infuse it into your work. Let your prosperity stand as proof of divine harmony, and your joy as evidence of faith fulfilled. And the next time you meet your reflection in a physical mirror, remember this moment, the luminous truth that looked back at you. Smile gently and say, Recibo, I receive. Let this be your final blessing and anointing for the road ahead. You are the mirror, clear, reflective, awake. You are the light, steady and generous. You are the flow, ever moving, ever supplied.